Hello parents and curious minds, welcome to my channel. This channel is designed to give you lots of Montessori information and inspiration and to spread the Montessori word. I'm your host Shubham Reddy. I'm a primary Montessori teacher trained by AMI, and before this I was an operations manager at an urban sustainability firm in New York. So moving on to today's video, I'll be discussing a topic about something very common that so many people have asked me. What's the difference between a traditional regular school and a Montessori school? So, unlike a traditional school, the Montessori school focuses on child-centric learning. That means here the teacher is the one, or the guide in the Montessori terms, we call them as the guide. So the guide follows each child and poses new challenges or guides them in what they are doing in that particular task, as opposed to a traditional school where a teacher prepares according to a fixed curriculum and he or she teaches that curriculum to the entire class at the same time, even though a few children are ready for it or not, whether they can comprehend it or not, the teacher doesn't wait, he finishes his curriculum on time. But here, every child, like in real life, has their own learning pace, so the teacher understands that and the guide follows each child's individual path. The teacher meets the child halfway. And another difference, before I tell you that, I have to tell you about the 4 planes of development. So Dr. Maria Montessori believes that every man matures at the age of 24 years. And she divided from birth to 24 into 4 equal parts and called them the 4 planes of development. So she called 0 to 6 years as infancy, 6 to 12 years as childhood, 12 to 18 years as adolescence, and 18 to 24 is adulthood. So we will be mainly talking about the 0 to 6-year-old child in the primary environment, because when he comes to our environment, he is almost 2.5 years. So now that you've understood about the 4 planes, let me focus upon the first plane. Since man grows in 4 planes, he accumulates knowledge and skills and builds one on top of the other, layer by layer. So the first plane for every single child is very important in his development. Let it be physical, spiritual, mentally, in all forms. The first plane acts as a base upon which every other plane is going to sit. So catering to the needs of the first plane child is very crucial. In fact, we keep thinking adults learn so much more, but I think it's the child that learns so much in such a short span. Right from his birth, he is trying to learn about his movements, he's learning language, he's learning about different sensations through various sensory inputs, he's learning the culture of his people, he's trying to walk with his tender bones, strengthening them, falling, and then he's getting up again. He's doing so much and he's making a lot of effort, much more than we can imagine. So there's so much happening in the first plane, and we as parents and adults have to guide them in the right way. So moving on to another difference, the children in the primary environment are of mixed age groups. What does this mean? Unlike traditional school, where one class of students are all of the same age roughly, in the Montessori educational system, children of 3 years of age span are in the same class and they grow together. And this is very practical, and it's a beautiful discovery that Maria Montessori made, because in the real world, in every household or culture or office, we all work with different age groups of people. We learn something from the younger, we learn something from the older ones, and that's how we function in a community as a whole. Even as humanity, that's how we function, right? So why not take the same concept and use it in a classroom, where the older children can act as leaders, can act as someone who the younger ones can look up to, and someone who the younger ones can learn from or get help from only when needed. The older children Also use this as a chance to feel the need to serve for a community or be a part of something larger than just themselves, and to work for the community and to feel a bond not just with their age group but with a whole class with different mixed ages, because that's how a real group in any society functions, right? And by having these mixed age groups, it aids the children in their leadership skills. It aids them in natural self development and self discipline that comes from within. No one has to tell the child to behave in a certain way in a Montessori class, because he or she just observes from their surroundings, from the older children, from the other children that are working. So natural self-discipline will come, which is, I won't say which can't be found in a traditional school, but here no one is asking them to be disciplined or no one is forcing them to be disciplined. It comes from within just by looking at the other older children in the class. And this in turn leads to great independence when they're naturally self-disciplined, when they can do their own work. And also by having mixed age groups, it leads to great social interaction, because that's the world we live in today, and we want our children to be socially active and participate with mixed age groups in the real world. When we want that to happen for them in the real world, I think that should be possible for the young child even in his class. Another key difference is that the Montessori system follows a hands-on learning system, which means the child learns with his own hands through various sensory inputs given by the materials. The class is filled with beautiful materials. The materials are placed in a sequential order where each activity falls upon another to build layer by layer. And all this external order in the class and in the shelves creates a lot of internal order within the mind of the child, which leads to a child that is happy, peaceful, and has clarity of thought. So there are so many differences that I can keep going on and on, but these are a few key differences that I could think of. So I'll be making a few more videos in the coming days, more about the Montessori system. If you have any questions, you can post it in the comments below and I'll try to answer those questions in the next video. And I'll soon come up with a new video. So if you like my video and my effort, please hit the like button. And if you're really curious in knowing more about the Montessori system, please do subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.